Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For me, it's a privilege to stand here this evening. I have the privilege of being part of something that is busy shaping a new South Africa. And this evening, being part of your story has shifted some of our stories in the room. And I think that's a critical part of the work that we do. But for me, I firstly want to say thank you to a few people in the room. Firstly, to Paul Starrock, who was the learning process facilitator for the circle. Paul, thank you very much. Your detail and your continuing pushing the boundaries around are we doing the right thing is critical, and we want to say thank you to you and appreciate you this evening for the role that you played. It's great to hear the team talk about Paul talking about around constantly. So thank you for that, Paul. Then I need to say thank you to our sponsors tonight. It's amazing to work with a group of people that give of themselves financially. So thank you to Old Mutual. And here I want to single out Kanisa being instrumental and part of that process. And thank you very much for the willingness and listening to the impact personally from in your own life. It just made it so much more worth it. And we want to say thank you to you and want to ask you to present to Old Mutual our appreciation this evening. Thank you so much for the hard work that you've put into making this happen. Can we give Old Mutual a big hand? I must tell you, we wrote a note to some of our colleagues tonight to tell them where we're slumming it. We're slumming at this beautiful venue. and the retorts we got were interesting via WhatsApp, just to show them what we're doing tonight. But you know, part of the work that we're doing is networking, and so we also want to say thank you to Severian for some of the work in terms of connecting with your provincial management team. That's been amazing, because the spinner from that is we can see how this year we have Old Mutual giving 20 partnerships, and that's been just, it's going to skyrocket into the next year, 2018 into 2019. So I got one of his provincial management team guys onto the program, and that's going to be great. So thank you to you. But you know, what I want to say about the program is that this program is about transformation. It's about transformation at the level of I. Personal transformation. As you listen to the stories tonight, you listen to people say, you know, I was on this road of my life and now I've taken a different route. I've had to rethink about my life. And I think that's critical in the new South Africa, in the South Africa. Jay Naidu, while talking to us last week at a bosberaad, as it were, of Symphonia with business leaders, with learning process facilitators and the staff, he said something very important. He said that as a young minister in the Parliament with Nelson Mandela, he went into Nelson Mandela's office and said, Mr. Minister, Mr. President, we must do all this amazing work. And very naively, they did that. But years later, as he reflects, he says, one of the most important things that I learned is that personal transformation is the most critical thing that must happen before you can even reconstruct a country. So personal transformation for him has shifted his thinking, and now he's working in a community in Vicksburg, in the Maluti Mountains, with people and saying, how can we transform people from the inside out, and see that happen in an amazing way. And so here the past General Secretary of COSATU, the Chair of the Development Bank of Southern Africa, the Chair of the Global Alliance has shifted his thinking into personal transformation. And this evening we can see that happening. And I'm excited about that. The second thing about this program is about the we. It's about people connecting and building relationships. And that was so beautiful to watch that this evening. As you listen, they came together as just connecting. And then they became friends, and now they're going to be friends for a very long time. But that friendship has shifted even into the SMT. That friendship and relationship has shifted into the community. And so it's important that what happens here shifts out to the broader community. And lastly, this program is about the work. It's amazing to see all the work done. Beyond all the fluffy stuff, the people talk about the fluffy stuff, work also happened. So in the middle of building the road, constructing the road, they're working. They're not waiting for things to happen. And I'm excited to see how that has shifted people's thinking. So transformation is the critical part of our work. And this evening, we want to say appreciation to every business leader this evening. You have given of your time. Your businesses like Old Mutual and Woolworths Financial Services have given big bucks to make sure that this happens this evening. And we want to say thank you to them. Personal transformation, beyond just talking about it, we've seen it actioned here this evening. And we want to say thank you to every business leader for your role. We want to say to our heroes, the principals this evening, we value your contributions. South Africa needs more heroes like you that go into the firing line on our behalf to educate our nation. We wish we could pay you more. Did you hear me there? Because the role you play is so invaluable. We need to make sure we show appreciation. And we hope that over the next few years we see more investment into education. Lastly, I want to say thank you to every person that came this evening. Friend, family member, secretary, we appreciate you coming this evening and contributing in this way. This evening would not have been possible if you had not come. And so I want to say to you, God bless you as you leave from here. May you have a wonderful break over the next few days as Easter weekend comes along. To our principals, you can relax. You can take it slowly and go fast as you get going for the new term. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.